Give her her bracelet. Did she love it?
Yeah, she loved it.
Good evening and welcome to the first of two meetings tonight. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove, and at this time we will convene our Board of Sanitation meeting for Monday, December the 17th, 2018. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my far right.
Dave Harrison.
Dan McMillan, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented the printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, December the 3rd, 2018. Floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 3 pages of wastewater claims in the amount of $113,813.23. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the wastewater claims dated December 17th, 2018, in the amount of $113,813.23.
Said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. We have no unfinished business to carry over, and we have no new business this evening. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I have nothing.
No comments. I'll ask for a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
The meeting is adjourned at 6:02 PM. We will convene the Board of Public Works and Safety meeting within the next 5 minutes. Thank you. Good evening and welcome to the second and final meeting this evening. My name is Dennis Buckley, Mayor of the City of Beech Grove. At this time, we will convene our Board of Public Works and Safety meeting for Monday, December the 17th, 2018. In lieu of a roll call, I will ask each participant to introduce themselves, beginning on my far right.
Dave Harrison.
Dan McMillan, Clerk Treasurer.
Craig Wiley, City Attorney.
Sandy Seward.
Thank you, Board. You have been presented a printed copy of the minutes of the previous meeting dated Monday, December the 3rd, 2018. The floor is up, or the floor is open for any questions, comments, or corrections.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions, comments, or corrections. I'll ask for a motion to approve the minutes as presented.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you. This evening, Board, we have 20 pages of corporate claims in the amount of $958,642.57. The floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
I have none.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the corporate claims dated December the 17th, 2018, in the amount of $958,642.57.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Thank you, Board. Under unfinished business this evening, we have one item, and that is the approval of the 2019 auto and liability insurance, inland marine, workman's comp, and cyber insurance approval. I had sent in this packet, I had sent over a letter of my recommendation to the board, and I've called both of you, and I talked to Dan about it. Listed below is my recommendation for 2019 coverage for auto and liability, inland marine, workman's compensation, and cybersecurity. I recommend to this board that we enter into an agreement with Travelers, NFP Group, for the auto and umbrella in the amount of $149,857. I also recommend to this board that we enter into an agreement with, for inland marine coverage with NFP, Liberty Mutual, in the amount of $14,743. I recommend to this board that we enter into an agreement with NFP for cybersecurity through Chubb in the amount of $8,055. And the final section is workman's compensation. I recommend to this board that we renew our agreement with IPEP through Walker and Associates in the amount of $100,555. NFP, quoted the same policy, and they were about $4,000 higher. But anyway, the total, NFP, $172,655, Walker, $100,555, for a total of $273,210. Just for reference for the community, our 2018 total was $356,814, a substantial savings in the amount of over $70,000. So my hat's off to Dan, the clerk, and all involved, and I thank NFP for coming out and doing a presentation. I thank Doug Walker and Randy Tilto for coming out as well to do a presentation. But I'll open the floor up, but that is my recommendation to the board.
The only thing I'd like to say on it is, I think it's a good thing that we did here. We got better coverage than what we ever had, and so nothing went down as far as coverage. We're increased every bit on our coverage, so it's a good thing, and saved $80,000.
Dave or Sandy, any comments?
The only thing I can tell you is PNC is what I do, and I looked at both policies and I couldn't agree with you more. The NFP group has better deductibles than we've had. Looks like better coverage. And to be honest with you, we got a .94 experience mod with our work comp, and which is good. Anytime you're under 1.0, that's real good. And if we keep going that direction, it'll keep going down. So and work comp, to be honest with you, is not something of part of a PNC package. I mean, if you got a company that's doing good for you there, you better stick with it, because work comp can be very bad if you get the wrong company. So, yeah, I can't disagree with any of this.
I had them both companies come out again and talk with me, and I told Dan when we met about it earlier, I was just got by how good this is for the city. So this is my recommendation, so I'll open the floor up for any motion.
I'll make said motion to approve as presented.
I have a second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And I think Dan is already working with them on a couple matters, so.
Yes, I met with them again today because I need, in order to get the air packs, I needed a certificate of insurance for financing, and I told them that it wouldn't be approved till this evening, but I went ahead and signed the papers and dated it for tomorrow morning. And anyway, that will let me move forward with U.S. Bank Corp for the financing on the air packs.
Thank you. That concludes unfinished business carried over from the previous meeting. Under new business, we have several items tonight. The first is our 2019 sanitary sewer on-call agreement and 2019 sewer on-call agreement concerning stormwater with Wessler and Associates. Brent, welcome back.
Thank you, Mayor. It's good to be back in front of the board. The first thing I'd like to present is amendment number 14 to our agreement with the board to provide sanitary sewage collection system services. This would be for 2019. We provide assistance with the operation and maintenance of flow meters. We provide plan review for development and other services relating to the sanitary collection system. The amendment would be for $20,000, and we would do the work on a time and materials basis based on our hourly rates. I will mention for 2018, we had a budget of $20,000, and we have about $7,000 left on that budget currently. Be happy to answer any questions you may have regarding this amendment.
Floor is open for questions or comments.
I have nothing.
When's the last time, Brent, that you had an increase in rates? Do you remember?
Yeah, I was thinking about that before heading over. I think we've left it at that for, I want to say as far, in terms of our hourly rates? So, or the contract
The
amount?
contract
20
itself.
Contract itself? 10 years, maybe longer, somewhere there along those lines. And I was also sitting there thinking, hey, this is our 36th year that we've had the fortune to provide this service to the city of Beech Grove. So we're very
Really?
thankful for this.
I wasn't aware of that. That's good.
Yes. I want to say it was 1983 when we started providing these services.
I just got out of high school. You ain't got nothing to say?
I'm not going to get in any trouble, but we had a project number 19083 corresponding to 1983 when we started this.
Ethan. Any questions or comments for board?
I have none.
I have nothing.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to enter into an agreement for 2019 sanitary sewer on-call with West Lawrence and Associates.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Thank you. The second item would be approval of our 2019 hourly rates to provide services relating to the storm drainage system. I would like to mention that there is no increase in our hourly rates for 2019 from 2018, so hopefully that'll make the decision easier.
Floor is open for any questions or comments?
Just doesn't get any better than that, does it?
No.
No. I have nothing.
Okay.
No questions or comments? I'll ask for a motion to approve the agreement between City of Beech Grove and Westler concerning stormwater management.
I'll make said motion.
You want a second, Dave?
Yeah, second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Thank
Please
you.
come forward, Brent.
You look needed the one copy back. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Have a Merry Christmas.
Next up to LPA agreement with NDOT. Fred?
I believe you guys all have a copy of this, and it just needs to be signed. I think they generally want it signed in blue ink. But it's, as Craig has stated before, it's boilerplate, and everything with NDOT's basically the same.
And this is for,
It should say on there,
this is the community crossing grant we just received from NDOT.
right, for the South Fourth and.
Yeah. And while we're signing, can you update the board?
They pretty much completed work on South Fourth. There's a little bit of restoration to the landscaping, the ground around the sidewalks that were put in, but the road is complete, the sidewalks are complete. Everything went perfect. We couldn't have asked for better weather, so it was really about as good as it could have gone. They'll probably have to do some striping in the spring and some turf restoration, things like that are just hard to do this time of year. But for the most part, it's pretty close to having substantial completion on that. And then the other three locations for that grant were already completed in the fall. So South Fourth was the only area that we were doing that hadn't been done when we applied for these funds. Yeah, we're juggling multiple projects right now, so I've got quite a few emails going back and forth for different projects, different contracts for inspection, for construction, so we're definitely staying busy with federal dollars, which is a good thing.
I agree. I think it's great. For the board, motion to approve the local road and bridge matching grant agreement with NDOT concerning the community crossings grant.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Here, Brad.
And we did just get the agreement back between NDOT and us for the Arlington Roundabout inspection. I've just got that today, the fully executed contract.
The next order of business is waiver of resolution concerning the Arlington Roundabout. And Brad, you want to take us through, there's 3 documents that you need to sign. You want to take us through what these 3 are?
Yeah, and I don't have them in front of me, but I have 5 or 6 parcels at the Arlington Roundabout that we've had one come through already, which was for the one on the southwest corner for Bomar. We've already executed that, and this is basically us offering fair market value for those parcels. This is 3 more, so I believe that brings us within the last 2 that we still need to execute before we can move forward on the project. So this was good to see this many fall at once and be able to get these done tonight. I think the amounts for each parcel are on there.
We're going to read them into the record.
Okay.
Just for transparency. One of them is $18,530 for .497 acres of permanent right-of-way for Kinetrix Energy. The other is .009 acres of permanent right-of-way and .049 acres of temporary easement in the amount of $2,625 to ABSI Investments. And the final one this evening is .111 acres of permanent right-of-way in the amount of $12,305 to JC2 Enterprises. I'm not sure who that is, but it's one of the 6 parcels out there. But I wanted to read that into the record and get it out into the public for transparency purposes. So, as Brad said, we're up to 4. We have 2 more, and then a major part of this pre-construction has been completed. So I'll open the floor up for any questions or comments.
You said there's 2 more coming?
2 more coming.
Okay. I have no other questions.
I'm good.
For questions or comments, I'll ask for motion to approve the recommendation for waiver of resolutions on the 3 documents this evening.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye,
Aye.
Aye.
and I vote aye as well. And Brad, if you could, I got these here for you. Can you, sign all of them tomorrow and bring 3 back to Dan for our records, and then give me 3 and I'll send it back off to RWS.
Okay, will do.
All right? No, thank you. Next order of business is request to purchase equipment, DPW.
Dear Board, it is my recommendation to the Board of Works that the Department of Public Works be allowed to purchase a Vermeer brush chipper through the National Joint Powers Alliance, NJPA. It's actually Purchasing Alliance. The City of Beech Grove has used NJPA to purchase 2 Kenworth trash trucks for DPW and the CXT restroom building for Sarah T. Bolton Park. There is $35,000 budgeted for a new chipper in the 2019 MVH budget. The total cost of the attached quote for a new Vermeer BC 1000 XL 12-inch brush chipper is $36,958. I plan to pull the additional $1,958 from the MVH Small Tools and Equipment appropriation. If approved, Vermeer will schedule delivery of the new unit after January 1st, 2019. Thank you for your consideration in this matter, and please let me know if you have any questions or concerns. Basically, I'm purchasing this out of next year's budget, but I would like to go ahead and commit to a unit now because the word is from Vermeer, they start to go pretty quick at the beginning of the year once everybody gets their money. And this is identical to what we have, except for, it's newer and obviously it has some safety upgrades. But as far as the size and the model number, it's the same as our 2011.
Floor is open for any questions or comments.
So would that wipe out your 19 budget by getting this new chipper?
For that appropriation, yes, it would. In fact, I would have to pull a little bit from somewhere else to make it work, but.
Now, this is a chipper. Did we just purchase a leaf thing? Maybe not.
No, we bought new leaf machines back in 14 and 15, 2014, 2015.
Oh, seemed like yesterday.
Our chipper is a 2011 and it has over 5,000 hours, so it's kind of getting to that point where you're going to start to see major repairs, and we send it out almost daily. So it was time to replace it and relegate it to a backup role.
In the 19 budget, Dan made this appropriation, so I think it's very doable.
Absolutely. And I think this was something you just brought up as a wish thing, and we ended up turning it into reality for next year. So I think it's good news for the DPW.
No further comment. I'll ask for a motion to approve the director's request to purchase a Vermeer brush chipper.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries.
Thank you.
Next order of business is NDOT final inspection acceptance for the Churchman Sidewalk Program.
Yeah, and this is something that's relatively new, but we did accept the Churchman Sidewalk project back in I believe the date was in the spring. Bob Blythe from Crossroads signed off on it. We had 2 walkthroughs. So everything this is basically a form that NDOT needs to close it out on their end. There are no lingering issues with the project. Everything's been completed in a satisfactory manner. So it's just something we need to sign, but I thought it would be beneficial for the board to see it and know that that's being officially closed out.
Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have nothing.
Not, I'll ask for motion, I recommend a motion to accept the final, our contract final inspection for the Churchman Sidewalk Program.
Make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. Board, please sign this. Dan, this is ours.
Oh, okay.
Brad. Approach, please. Next order of business is part-time employee rate adjustments for 2019. I'll defer to the Public Works Director.
Dear Board, it is my recommendation that the city increase the hourly wage for current DPW part-time employees Dale Ellis, Tom Hart, and Alex Shoemaker to $15.09 per hour. This wage rate is reflected in the 2019 salary ordinance and will take effect on January 1st, 2019. There's money in the sewage works and MVH budgets to fund this increase. Please let me know if you have any questions or concerns.
How about, also in the budget, it shows compliance and inspection 1613 per hour.
Yeah, I had another letter for that.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and read that one as well.
Sure.
Okay. Again, dear board, it's my recommendation that the city increase the hourly wage for current compliance part-time employees Ed Bell, Kathy Chappell, and Mark Ram to $16.13 per hour. This wage rate is reflected in the 2019 salary ordinance and will take effect on January 1st, 2019. And then there's money in the MVH budget to fund this increase.
Okay, floor is open for any questions or comments.
But we don't have documentation on that last add-in, do we?
I don't.
I don't need.
I don't have the thing for the compliance people.
Oh. Do you want this copy?
Sure.
Okay.
We give it to Dan for the official record.
Brett, is this any different hourly than what is in the salary ordinance, other than their 2% increase?
No, it just brings them up to the new salary ordinance level for 19.
Okay,
Yeah. So basically, the salary ordinance was increased, but then we still have to do a letter to bring the individuals themselves up to that new rate.
okay. But it does not exceed the salary ordinance?
No.
Okay.
All right, motion to approve the director's request.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. There's also one here for Beech Grove Parks Department. Attached, please find the proposed 2019 salaries for all Beech Grove Park Department employees. Full-time salaries, including longevity and educational incentives, is mandated by the 2019 salary ordinance. Thank you for your consideration on this matter. I don't think we have to do the full-time, do we?
I wouldn't think so,
No.
as long as nothing exceeds the salary ordinance. That would be,
We'll just go through the, page 2, the part-time employees. Beech Grove Parks Maintenance, not to exceed $13.26 per hour. John Morgan, Randy Males, Josh Edwards, Chad Seward, Kurt Little. Hornet Park Facility Attendant, $10.71 per hourly. Roberta Smithers, Amy Sputic, Julie Fincham, Laura Ann Burgess, Glenna Clark. Hornet Park City Hall DPW Custodian, $12.50 per hour. Bonnie Edwards. Those are through the 2019 salary ordinance. Sandy, I would ask that you abstain on this vote. So, Dave, do you have any questions on this?
No.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve.
I'll make said motion.
I second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. And Dan, we'll let the record show that Sandy abstained.
right. Can I see that?
Oh, absolutely.
Sure, I've got one.
Wait a minute. Here you go, take those. That's the parks. You can have that one.
Okay.
I didn't do that.
Oh, okay,
I mean,
right. I'm just gonna put it on here.
yeah. Thank you, Board. The next order of business is Resolution Number 9, 2019, concerning the Board giving the clerk the authority to enter an agreement for air packs. And I'll defer to the clerk for explanation.
Okay, I told you I needed from the insurance company the certificate of insurance. Same way they want to see a resolution from this board stating that I have the authority to enter into a contract. And so that's basically what this is. The signature sheet is actually on the council, and I don't think it really needs a council approval, does it, Craig?
No. Board's fine, 'cause board enters into contract.
Right, they're the ones that enter into the contracts. So what I guess I'll have you guys do is sign this resolution, the front page.
Okay,
That's all right. It's-
okay.
How about we read the resolution into the
Okay.
record?
All right, you ready? Resolution number 9, this, up here, we've got 2018, we got 2019 down here. So you want to keep it at 18?
Yes.
Okay. Is a resolution that allows the clerk treasurer to enter into an agreement with U.S. Bank for the purchase of self-contained breathing apparatus for the Beech Grove Fire Department. Whereas the Beech Grove Fire Department developed a specification for new air packs along with a new filling station and asked for approval to obtain bids for this equipment. Whereas advertisements were placed in the paper and accepted, bids were opened by the Board of Public Works and Safety at a public meeting. The City of Beech Grove seeks financing through U.S. Bank for the purchase of this SBA. Whereas this new equipment is needed to maintain the highest level of personal safety for each firefighter. Therefore, be it affirmed that the Board of Public Works and Safety approves and authorizes the clerk treasurer to enter into an agreement for a financial transaction with U.S. Bank for the purchase of the SBA. Now therefore be it further affirmed that this agreement only applies to the purchase of SCBA equipment and any accessory equipment purchased to maintain and sustain the operation of each air pack. Now therefore be it further affirmed that this resolution shall go into effect immediately after passage by the Board of Public Works and Safety, attested by the clerk treasurer and signed by the mayor.
Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
Not, I'll ask for a motion to approve resolution number 9, 2018.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 I also vote aye, and the motion carries. How do you-
If you just want to sign down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It happens.
Is the council here tonight?
One of them.
Oh, I said attach this to the resolution for Dan.
Ordinarily, they're the ones that do them, so.
Oh, here's Andy. Oh, boy. I surrender, Dorothy. Here you go, Dan.
Thank you. I gotta sign it too.
Change that.
Yeah, neat.
Next order of business is pay adjustment for an employee of the fire department. Chief?
Mayor and Board, I come before you today to ask for the approval of the pay increase of Chris Harper to the position of third-year firefighter. If approved, Chris's pay will increase to $2,568.13 per pay period. This will take effect the payroll starting December 29th, 2018. The increase for the position pay is in our 2019 budget.
Floor is open for any questions or comments.
I have none.
I'd like to make a comment on there, Rob. Just under his longevity, so people know if they go to look at it, he was an employee of the city previous to coming on the fire department, and that's the difference in why he gets what he gets for longevity.
No questions or comments. I'll ask for a motion to approve the chief's request concerning firefighter Harper.
I'll make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well, and the motion carries. I can't believe he's been 3 years.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Wow. Okay, next up, request to hire civilian paramedic, Beech Grove Fire Department. Chief?
Beech Grove Fire Department would like to ask the Board of Works and Safety for the approval to hire one civilian paramedic for a current opening. The start date will be January 26th, based upon the completion of passing a physical from Public Safety Medical and background checks. The base pay will not exceed $1,992.83 for this position, and it is funded in the 2019 budget.
Comments, questions from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
I've got one comment on there. Where it says it is funded in the 2019 budget, it's being funded by the 2019 public safety budget. And,
Wait a minute. Go ahead.
and the thing is, after our last meeting, I talked with City County Councilman Frank Mascari, who got me in contact with Bart Brown down at the Indianapolis. He's their controller. From there, I went to the DLGF, and the DLGF would not render a decision. They would only say that they would approve whatever the State Board of Accounts said would go on this. And anyway, Charlie Pride from the State Board of Accounts said we could pull this from public safety tax, and we've never done this before, and it's something new that's been done. So just hope to clarify this.
Any other comments or questions?
I have none.
If not, I'll ask for motion to approve the chief's request to hire one civilian paramedic.
I'll make said motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I vote aye as well, and the motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you, board.
One other comment I'd like to make. I did get a certified additional appropriation today from Department of Local Government Finance that we did for the remainder of this year. And in order to use the public safety tax at the January council meeting, we will do an additional appropriation for the new police officer and the new civilian paramedic.
And again,
I know in the, when we approved the claims tonight, we, in the corporate claims, there was thanks for the overtimers.
Right, yeah.
It was a large amount, I highlighted it. All right, last order of new business is handicap parking permit renewals. There are several of them at the end of this year. So I think I'll just defer to Dan to make sure they're all good.
Right. If you want, I can read the name into the record, and we have no issue with them whatsoever. They've done their paperwork properly, and the ones that just applied, this will be for the year 2019, so that's what you'll be approving. Kimberly McCain, William Franklin, Suzanne Mitchell, Joseph Haig, Linda Gray, Linda Murdoch, Julie Edgecombe. I've got another one for Julie Edgecombe too, so I'm not sure what that's about. Janice Letterly, Ed Bell, let's see, Robert Kaig, Brenda Smith, Deborah Morgan, and I think that's it.
Did you have one in there for James McGuire?
James McGuire, yeah, I probably stuck together, to be
Okay.
honest with you.
All right, all of those have, as the clerk stated, have, everything ready to go to accept approval from the board. Any comments or questions?
I have a comment. 10 of these say for 2020 parking permits.
Well,
And these, and 3 say 2018 parking commit.
okay, we will change the date. What actually happened, I think Mr. Bell ordered the stickers, and the stickers came in and said 2020. So, what we're gonna do is one of two things, either, reorder for 19 and just say the others back to 20. You know, I just want to see how compliance wants to do this because they're the ones that are doing it. And, but anyway, it's for the 2019 year and expire at the end of 2019. I found wires.
Okay.
And I found sanitation.
Okay, any other questions or comments on handicap?
That's it.
If not, I'll ask for a motion to approve all of the handicap applications read this evening.
I'll make some motion.
I second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
I also vote aye, and the motion carries. That concludes new business. Comments from board members?
I have none.
I have none.
This should be our last meeting. At the bottom of the agenda, the next meeting is scheduled for Monday, January the 7th, 2018, at 6 PM in these
Thank you.
chambers. Unless the board needs to meet for claim approval. 19.
January 7th.
So, having said that, I wish everyone a happy holiday, and we will see you in 2019. Motion to adjourn.
Make said motion.
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The meeting is adjourned at 6:44 PM. Thank you.